May I request our beloved Vice Chancellor, Ma'am, Professor Sasmita Samanta, to kindly enlighten the audience with her precious words. Ma'am, please.
Very good afternoon to one and all present here. We all are celebrating the International Women's Week, and tomorrow is the International Women's Day, but it is being celebrated today in KIIT. With us, we are having our Honorable Founder of KIIT and KIIS, Professor Dr. Sasmita Samanta, respected Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor C.V.K. Mahanti, respected Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Saranjit Singh, and respected Registrar, all members of KIIT family present here. I have another one engagement. I have one lecture in one African university from 2 to 2:45, so I thought to speak first and leave, so I may be excused for that. Since 1991, I am connected to this International Women's Day. 91, 92, first I could know about that there is a day called International Women's Day, and this day is meant for the women. While I was in the college, I was introduced to this day to participate in debate competition. I remember one organization was there, Bahaullah something, in CRP Square. There few people were engaged, like vice president, secretary, something. They are coming to the institutions in Orissa, and they are conducting the debate competitions there itself. And through that, I could know about this International Women's Day. But during the college, normally none of us, we want to accept that there should be any International Women's Day. And we always argue against that. I was also doing the same thing. Consecutively for 2 to 3 years, I was advocating against that. That there should not be any Women's Day celebration. Their topic was that whether Women's Day should be celebrated or not celebrated. There were two groups, and I was always advocating against that, and I have got first prize twice from them. So in that way, I could know about this International Women's Day. And while I grew in the system and slowly I worked in a system, I met the people, I interacted, I knew about this world that while I was exposed, maybe I was 17, 18 years old. And while I grew in the system, knew about the world, really how we deliver, how we work, how people accept us, what is the constraint in the society, maybe it's in different form for each one of the individual in this globe. So slowly I could realize the importance of this day. Personally, I have read many literature in Gita, in literature written by some foreign authors about the translation of thoughts of Swami Vivekananda on women issues and all. And few literature had appealed me a lot. Of course, number one was Thoughts of Vivekananda ji. And second, conceptualization and translation of thoughts of one HR person who is from Europe, Madam Chancellor or Churchilla something, her name. So those two thoughts had appealed me a lot in gender equality and giving prominence to the gender studies in this globe. So while I read about thoughts of Vivekananda about women, he has very strongly mentioned that let the women walk out their own destiny. Men need not have to do that. Perhaps they can do it in a much better way than the world is expecting. During that time, Vivekananda had perhaps very unique thoughts. Only he had not written many literatures, only his few letters and few speeches had so much of impact, so powerful. Perhaps now when we talk about Vivekananda literature, Vivekananda studies, the scientists, perhaps the most powerful thoughts, concepts come from that. So while he spoke this, and while he was going through the meditation process, one principle of Vivekananda is very popular in this globe and everybody knows him for that. It's universal consciousness. It's universal consciousness. He says that soul is one and body makes the difference in this globe. When soul enters one's body, it's human being, it's animal, it's anywhere else, as we all believe that God is present, omnipresent, is present everywhere. In any form, any body, the soul enters, according to the nature of the body, mind of a particular incarnation, he says, that person behaves. So when soul enters in woman body, the person behaves like the woman, and the soul, what he says, what he expects, sometimes we get confused about that. When our soul enters into the male body, then masculine characteristics, it behaves in that way. It follows that in this globe. So while the soul is one, and whenever we talk about Veda, Gita, everything, the conceptualization of education system, evolution of education system in this globe, we come across three words. One is soul, one is self, second is soul, third is super being or God, what we say the God. So while we talk about self, first we say, now we also talk to our own students in the school and colleges, know yourself, explore yourself, what really you are, what you want to achieve in your life. So we start with self. Second form of that is soul. When you know yourself, what you want to do, from where you have come, what is the soul, what is the internal capabilities you are having. Third is super being, what we say, we can connect ourselves to the globe. While we say that soul is present everywhere, then we want to say that it is our extended family, it is the extension of our existence, that it's present everywhere. So that is the extension of soul, that we say that God, super being, it's present everywhere. So while he talks about this, he very nicely talks about that the few lines of Gita he had analyzed in his speeches and letters very nicely while he was discussing about women. He said in Gita, while Krishna at the end, towards end of Gita, around maybe 9th, 10th part, 10th part of Gita, Krishna was talking about that what is power, what really the power is. He says, Krishna says that among the mountains, Himalaya is the power. He says among rivers, Ganga is the power. He says among the men, king is having power. We all talk about, while we talk about power, we discuss in that way. But while he talks about women, he never tells that the queen is the power. He never tells that the person who is very wealthy, a woman who is very wealthy, she is the power. She says the woman who is having kriti, who has enough capabilities to earn accolades in this globe. See, that is kriti. Second, he says Sri. Sri means anyone who can, who makes everything good. Kriti, Sri. Third, he says Medha, who is having intellect, enough intellect with her. Who is having enough intellect with her to benefit the world. Fourth, he says Daya, the kindness. anyone who is kind enough, she is woman, says that form of woman is powerful. Then he says it is Dhriti, who can combine everybody, connect the world, who follows the role, who can connect everybody. That is Dhriti. Then he says Khyama, who can pardon everybody. Those who can forget and forgive. That sort of characteristics, who is having, that woman is the embodiment of power. So in that way, while narrating the woman, so all the virtues, the values come to our mind. Even while Krishna said in Gita, he also spoke about that. Another one thing Vivekananda says, that while he visualizes woman, while he thinks about woman, he says that woman is only mother, starting is mother, end is mother. So motherhood is the only identity of woman in this globe. So while he says motherhood, he says that woman herself is the source of power. While we talk about, he says that Jagat Janani, Durga, Kali, whatever in the form we see the motherhood itself is the power. A mother does not need any help from anybody in this globe to nurture her child, to bring her child, to nurture his child, and to grow her child. She never needs anyone in this globe. She is power herself to drive this world with herself. So while we talk about empowerment of women, so while they participate in such discussion, those concepts come to my mind, and I say that, why empowerment? If women are the source of power for this globe, then from where this empowerment is coming? Who will be empowering? It's only the realization of self, realization of soul, realization of the existence, realization of universe within ourselves. Perhaps that can give us the enlightenment to learn ourselves, and we can enlighten the whole globe. That is the essence, I can say. In the modern concept, I said Madam Chancellor, she is an European researcher. She always was advocating about work-life balance, the importance of women in the workplaces, and how the workplaces can be transformed to match to the requirement of the woman. So he said, and with her, another 2-3 researchers are there. I particularly don't remember their names, but they, mostly from US and Europe, 3 women are there. But they always talk about, while they talk about discrimination, direct, indirect, harassment, not harassment, then recognizing somebody's contribution, whatever she was talking about, I can say that everything, if we understand those 7 virtues narrated in Gita and the concept of Vivekananda, I think that we can, in this country, those virtues and values are recognized much more than anywhere in this globe. Of course, sometimes while Vivekananda had written few letters to Ramakrishna Paramahansa, somewhere she was praising a lot to the American women. She was saying that they are spiritually, ethically, very bold and allowed about their existence. He was writing like that, but I can say that in this country, in the way the women virtues are appreciated, recognized, and it has been taken to the level of Shakti, the power, goddesses, or the praises, prayers, everything. The difference is that only each one of us have to recognize this and grow with this. In this KIIT University campus, perhaps this is the place, every time, every moment, I can say that we all get some clues to be proud of ourselves. In my 26 years of working in the university, in the system, while devising the policies, principles, processes, executing any rules, regulation. At no point of time, the women perspective has been left. Because our honorable founder, who believes in humanity, humanism, and he believes that perhaps sometimes he has said that motherhoodness is one type of, we can say that the motherhoodness in the way we owe, in the way we communicate, perhaps it is the replica of humanism. So that concept, those institutions are driving or going ahead. And each one of us, as we are getting the reasons to be proud of ourselves, we all should be very conscious, aware, and contribute to make this place the best place for the women, and take the lead in this globe to show that, yes, the women in KIIT and KISS perhaps can make the difference for the women in the globe. Perhaps we have come up to that level. Once again, happy Women's Day for tomorrow to each one of the ladies present here, and let's be proud of ourselves and know ourselves. Thank you and all.